I know what you're gonna say. Oh, so you spent 2.5 months in Costa Rica. ¿Puedes hablar español? Okay. Lo que puedo decir es que hello everyone. So welcome back to my channel, and today I just wanted to make a video on my traveling experience because everybody has a story to tell. I got the chance to travel abroad, and I just want to tell you guys what happened. Okay, so I got the opportunity to go to Costa Rica and Nicaragua. Well, first and foremost, I wanted to go to Nicaragua, but as you know, if you watch this video, is being recorded in 2018, and on April I heard, oh, things are happening in Nicaragua. But you know me, I wrote the school and they allowed me to go. And long story short, I got to Nicaragua, and then not because anything was happening to me or where I was living, but because I wanted to be safe, and the entrance was just like, you have 30 days to leave. If you don't leave in 30 days, anything that happens to you, you're gonna have to deal with that, or on your own, kind of. So I decided to go to Costa Rica. So I just want to talk to you guys about everything that happened to me, and if you were thinking about traveling abroad, maybe you can learn something from my experience. And also, if you have questions that I might not answer in this video, please put them down below. Maybe I can do like a Q&A, because I know when people are traveling abroad, for like a semester or something, they have a lot of questions. But you might wonder, why did I go to Latin America first of all? So basically, I signed up for a program at my school at FSU, which is Global Scholars. You get to go to another country to volunteer. So basically, I thought I want to do something environmentally related because my major is environmental studies, and then I signed up for Costa Rica. But Nicaragua. When I signed up for the organization as an internship, I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna learn Spanish. My thing was, I am an environmental studies major. I just want to go and know as much as I can of the environment. So I went, and then kind of like before I went, I put as one of my goals to speak Spanish while I'm there, or to try to learn as much as I could. So that's what I did. And so how was my experience in Nicaragua? Well, it was good, but I have to tell you, when I went, because I went on a farm, so I'm thinking, I can handle this. I'm an environmental studies major, and I saw the farm. I saw where I was gonna sleep. No walls. And I was just like, yo, no puedo. And then it was hard because it's something that I have never dealt with before. I was scared, and then after some days I got kind of used to it. But I don't know, like the whole area was kind of not really strange, but I don't know, it was just too many trees. I know it's not something that I should say, like I'm an environmental studies major. I don't want people to cut trees and everything, but it was just like something that I'm not used to. You know how some people are like, oh yeah, I want to go into nature, I want to do, I love nature, but it was just everything all at once was kind of overwhelming, don't get me wrong. So I left, I went to Costa Rica, and I was staying in Sámara, Costa Rica. So the area was less trees, but still like a perfect harmony between like civilization, and nature. You get what I'm saying? Like people live there, yeah, and then there are like mountains full of trees, and you can go to the beach. It's like a perfect harmony. But I could go to my neighbor house, I could go to the church. Everything was more closer. But you have to understand, every place is unique. So I really did enjoy both places, although at first it was kind of hard. So the thing is, Costa Rica was great. I love it because of all the, when I watch TV, they told me, oh, it's more like a eco-tourist paradise. So I was very happy to be there. And so I stayed at a woman's house at first, but that was kind of expensive, like $22 a day. I mean, not expensive for like if you're staying there for 2 weeks or something like that, but because I was staying for 2.5 months, it was kind of expensive for my budget, because you know me, I'm trying to save every time I can. So after 1 week of staying with her, she told me that she knew of a woman that had like a studio, and then I just stayed with that other woman, and she made my staying in Costa Rica very lovable. She would like invite me to church, even though the first time she speaks Spanish so fast. I was just like, ¿qué está diciendo? No entiendo. It was very, I didn't understand everything at first, but I stayed alone in Costa Rica. Not alone because like the studio is attached to the house, so I could go to her house if I needed something, but it's alone. Like I didn't stay at the host organization's house. Like I stayed at the house, and then I go to the school every day to volunteer. So that's the type of thing that I ended up doing in Costa Rica. I ended up just working with children. At first I was gonna do environmental work in Nicaragua, but you have to understand that sometimes you plan something and it ends up being something different. It's just life. I learned a lot from that, because I didn't really understand children so much at first. I'm not trying to be superficial, but I grew up, my mom only has one child, and I kind of did not understand children, to be honest. I felt like they are always moving, they never do what you tell them to do. So I got to interact with them, understand. I'm not sure I understand everything, but they got me to love them every day. We would just have conversation. They're all like just beautiful. They're so restless. They just want to do everything. They want to do a split. They just want to do everything all at once. You know what I'm saying? They're just children. Well, one thing that I really did not like that happened to me was, if I had like a visa problem when I was in Costa Rica. What happened was, I think, okay, I'm a legal resident, I'm just gonna go. I mean, I checked on the website at first, because in Nicaragua I just had to do like a renewal for $50 every month for the time that I was gonna be there. But in Costa Rica, it just said, if you look on the website, it says that you could stay there, as a permanent resident. My fault was for not checking for how long. After like clicking all the links, I found out that it was, I could only stay for 30 days. But that was way after I went to Costa Rica. So I was worried. I tried to call, the offices, and try to, I was willing to spend any type of money to get my things situated. And one thing that they said, like, I couldn't get them myself, so I got my friend to call them for me in the US, because I had to pay for everything. My friend called the embassy, in Washington DC, and then they were just like, what is your nationality? And then my friend said Haitian. And they were just like, oh honey, we do it by nationality, so if you don't get your paper, it's your fault, so you're just gonna have to go, or something like that. So they were very rude. I don't know, like, people in the country were not very rude to me, but like the officials, for example, when I got from Nicaragua to Costa Rica, sorry, I told the officer, why you only gave me 30 days? On the website it said something about 60 days. And then he told me, well, I'm sorry, after that you're just gonna have to go to your country. And I was just like, no, not to your country, to where you're from. And then he said, what are you going to do in Costa Rica? And I'm like, I'm just gonna do like I'm gonna do volunteering work, I'm gonna work at a school. And then he was just like, but before I said that, he said, are you gonna clean the beaches? And then I was just like, why you thought that? I mean, yeah, environmentally speaking, I could have done it, but why? I don't know. I just found him. I don't know if his English was limited, if he was just rude. I was just puzzled by the whole experience. But I went home, and then what I ended up doing was a border run. I don't know if you stay in the country, maybe that's not like a good idea for you to do, but at that point that was like my only choice, because when I called the embassy they wanted me to like get papers notarized and everything else, and I was just like, oh, those things might take a long time, because you know it's not like the US where you pay something and you know and whatever days this is going to happen. So I was worried. I did a border run. Even with the political situation in Nicaragua, I ended up going back to the border, get like a Nicaraguan visa for $50 something, and then I went back to Costa Rica, but I didn't pay for you don't have to pay for the visa. They just have an exit fee. When I was doing the border run, I stayed in Liberia. Stayed for like 3 days or something like that. It was fine. I got to see how the city is, how everything works, you know, the banks, everything is, you know, just like a regular city, and I really liked it because it's very organized. I mean, they have from the outside, and I can tell you it's very organized. They have like the trains, the bus station where you can take buses to go anywhere in the country, like San Jose, and I went back to Sámara, well, from Nicoya to Sámara. How was my experience in the country? So when I got to interact with the people in Nicaragua, say for example when I would go in the kitchen where I was staying at, I would talk to the cooks. They were very understanding. They would talk to me, you know, about whatever question that I did have. They were very nice to me, and I didn't really get to interact with, you know, other people in the area too much, because it was just like I had to leave where I was living to go to town, and I went to restaurants, but I didn't really like communicate with other people too much. You know, I would just say hi to a restaurant owner, but you have to understand that a lot of tourists were leaving, and it was dying down every time, like people were leaving, and I was just saying, oh, maybe I should leave too, because if I'm gonna stay there for 2 more months and I'm not gonna have anybody to talk to, so I was just say, yeah, maybe I should leave too. But in Costa Rica it was different. I got to interact with the people more, you know. When I was, you know, it just come, I didn't, you know, talk to a lot of people, but as the days went by, I got to interact with more people from the neighborhood, you know, and every type of people I got to talk to. But one thing that I did not really like, it just like they would just be like, oh, la negrita, and I know, you know, to them maybe it's not too much of a problem, but coming from the US, we're like, you know, I don't know, like, you don't call people niggers, like, you don't do that, that's disrespectful. So I didn't know if I should equate negrita with niggers, you know, you get what I'm saying. But I would just say, why do you have to refer to me by my skin color, or like, why you don't do that to other people? But I never really did tell them, oh, don't call me that. I never took it, I don't know if I should, because you have to understand, it was like a culture difference. Like, I didn't know if I had to take it seriously, but I would just say whatever, like I would just roll my eyes or something like that. But they talked to me, even when like my Spanish wasn't all that, like they would talk to me if I needed to go somewhere. I was like, ¿dónde está el banco o algo así? Okay, so they would talk to me or something like that, or a lot of them would revert back to English, because they would just be like, oh, okay, she's not like us, she doesn't have the same skin color, she must come from America, so we're just gonna speak English with her, because, you know, a lot of tourists go there, for real. How was I able to leave Nicaragua to Costa Rica just like that? That is a very valid question. I did it because of my school entrance. It was very helpful to me. So if you're gonna travel abroad, I would say remember to do that, you know, get you an entrance, because they did help me a lot. Like, they traveled with me from Nicaragua, from the door to where I was staying in Costa Rica, and they did pay for my visa, not my visa, for me to go back from Costa Rica to America. I know what you're gonna say, oh, so you spent 2.5 months in Costa Rica, puedes hablar español. Okay, lo que puedo decir es que yo puedo pedir lo que quiero. Yo sé muchas cosas en español, muchos vocabularios, y no sé, no tengo nada de qué hablar, entonces no voy a continuar. Pero sí, yo puedo ayudarme si necesito algo. Eso es todo. Y ahora que estoy en los Estados Unidos, estoy tratando de hablar con los nativos cuando tengo la oportunidad de ver a alguien que me parece un poquito latino. Yo sé, no soy racista, ok. Si alguien parece un poquito latino, algunas veces yo la pregunto, ok, yo pregunto a la persona, ¿puedes hablar español conmigo? Y también yo miro mucha telenovela, no sé por qué, pero ahora yo miro mucha telenovela. Estoy mirando lo que La vida me robó ahora, porque está sobre Netflix y puedo mirar. Es por eso. I just really want to practice my Spanish. If you can contact me on social media, they will be down in the comment. Podemos hablar por teléfono, podemos hablar por correo electrónico, porque lo que yo quiero hablar español en 6 meses. Ahora estoy haciendo Duolingo, estoy haciendo todo lo que puedo porque yo quiero hablar español con total fluidez, mi amigo. Well, what I've learned a bunch of things. I don't know exactly. It would be better if you guys do a cute a Q&A with me and ask me specific questions so I can respond in another video. If you're traveling abroad, things I wish I knew. For example, I packed too many things. I thought, okay, I'm gonna say for 2 months I packed a big thing. This whole thing. Do you see? This whole thing, I packed it. I had a lot of other things that I didn't need because I went to Costa Rica. They have supermarket. I don't know where did I think I was going. A lot of things I could have bought there, and all the clothes that I ended up going with, I didn't even wear all of them. Well, and I paid so much money for my suitcase. The suitcase is $25, and I ended up paying $125. Yeah, they stole my money for real because I thought it was $100. So a bunch of little things like that. And I wish that I didn't lose that money. It hurts, but it is what it is. And I don't know, you have to make certain arrangements, but my staying was, I don't know, everything worked out. I worried too much. I went to Costa Rica. I was able to find a place for me to stay for 2.5 months. And when it comes to how much the whole program cost, if I didn't do it with my school, fíjate, it would have been way cheaper. But with my school, I knew what I wanted to do. They guided me. So for example, I paid $240 a month for where I was staying at. I ended up paying for Airbnb for me to stay, and Liberia for the border run, and all of those things. So I'm gonna try to calculate right here, I don't know, and somewhere in the camera, approximately without the school fees and everything, how much money would I have spent if I went on my own, something to guide you to. But overall, it was not awfully expensive, although I thought that Costa Rica was really less expensive. I don't know, I would go to the supermarket and spend $40 on food. It's good for somebody that lives in the US because it's 40 American dollars. That's nothing. But from my experience, when you do the exchange rate, the money is so much. So I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be balling, thinking $20 can last me a week. But I was wishing, and I was staying in a tourist town, so everything was way more expensive too. And the supermarkets, the restaurants, everything, I don't know, I felt like I was living in the US, but very scaled down area where everything is organized, you know, organized. And it's like I was at peace, you know. I don't know, it was just more and more scaled down. And then the people were more friendly. Like people would just say holla, and my stupid Haitian, I don't know, American, I can call myself that, self would just say hola. Porque in the US people don't just, I don't know, like, people don't just go around and say hello. I mean, I live where I live, so I would just say, oh yeah, hola. So I kept on saying that. And my neighbor, super friendly, they would invite me to come eat with them, and I would just say, I feel so ashamed, like, don't invite me to come eat with you, like, I'm not giving you any money. But they were just like, come eat with us. So I just went and ate with them. And what I did also, I did like a poll with, like, I wanted to know how the recycling is, what the people think about environmental problems. So I would go and like ask people, can I do like a poll with you, like una encuesta? Y the people would be like, yeah, it's fine, let's just sit down. And then they would just answer me and things like that. They were not like, you are a negra, we're not talking to you. No, it was not like that. Yeah. And the city, I don't know if I should call it the town, the city, I don't know. It was very nice. Like, they have very nice restaurant in Sámara. I mean, I was never, yo no me cansé nunca. Como, I never got tired from like different restaurants. Every like different taste. Like, the food was amazing. The food in Costa Rica, oh my god, it's amazing. Because they season their food, honey. Sazón, bueno, eh. Their food is, I mean, coming from like a Haitian background, I really want my food to be seasoned, and I am very picky. But their food, very good. They do that plátano, oh honey, it's very good too. And that tortilla, oh honey, I ate a lot of tortilla. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have any more questions. If you do, just leave them in the comments. But it was nice talking to you about my travel, and I know that I'm missing a lot of things, although I try to like organize my thoughts and things like that in here. But I know that I'm missing some things. Just I'm probably gonna do Ask Me Ardens about Sámara and Nicaragua. No sé, lo que quieras, okay? We'll see each other soon. I'm revamping my channel. You're gonna see me more often. Give me ideas of videos that you'd like to see here. And yeah, it was nice chatting with you. Bye. Thing that happened to me in Costa Rica, I mean, it could have happened anywhere else, because you know how the media convince people that Haiti is just terrible, don't go to Haiti, it's just, I don't know, you know, the same thing they do to Africa. Africa, of course, is a country, eh? So all of those things, like, sometimes I would just refrain from bringing up the fact that I'm Haitian, because not that you should, I am ashamed of it, or you should ever be afraid of your origin. It was just like, they would start saying all of those things to me that are just like unwarranted, you know, unwanted. So I just left it at that. And I remember I went to the school, and then the director was presenting me to the kids, and I'm just like, I told her, I'm from Florida, but originally from Haiti, you know what I'm saying? But her, she thought, okay, I am just volunteering directly from Haiti. I don't know why she thought that. And then she said to her kids, oh, she's from un país del Caribe, un país muy golpeado, y mi carajo, así. I'm like, what is she talking about? But I was just like, maybe, you know, my Spanish is not all that. So I'm convinced that she cannot be saying things like that to her kids, you know. So I was just like, oh, okay, maybe I don't understand what golpeado is. So I just, you know, I let it go. I didn't even talk to her about that, because, you know, some people. But things like that happened to me.